Okay, let's go live. Let's have some fun. How is everyone? Hope you're all well and are looking forward to a little bit of a recap today. We have finished all bar one game of week one for Girt By Sea, which is quite nice. It's meant that without a pack Sunday night, we're going to be able to go through the recap of the week now instead of on Monday, which is extremely nice. We will leave, well, to go through what we're going to do tonight. We're just going to go through the results, maybe talk a little bit about each of the sets. People can chime in with what they saw. If anyone wants to jump on as a bit of an expert for a division, we can do that. We'll look not just to stare at a spreadsheet, we'll look to get some of the highlights up. There's some VODs have been saved. I've been putting my stuff on YouTube as well, so we can scroll through that if we want to and just have a little bit of a look at what we saw this week. Hopefully we'll get a lot of the good stuff. We won't do the demos, and we won't do the demo of the week nomination, the official nomination. We may show one or two, depending on, the sets that we talk about and how in depth we go. And once we're done, hopefully it'll be around 8 o'clock, around 45 minutes from now, and we'll be able to go straight into Braids versus Pancho. So, does anyone have somewhere that they want to start? A division, specifically. Does anyone want to go with a certain division to kick us off? And from there, we'll be able to, I guess, see how I went with my predictions and see how it all, all played out. Yeah. Okay. Rapunzel says Div 3, start from the bottom, work out. Wait, that's not the bottom. Not this week anyway. But we can start with Div 3. How about that? We will start with Div 3. So, we're going to have... Let's see what we've got. Is there anyone from Div 3 that is here and wants to... or has seen enough of the games and wants to join in with a bit of a chat? If not, few nerves, that's all good. You haven't seen enough, Squid? Well, you've seen your set, and that's the one set that I haven't got anything written down for. So we're going to need to talk about that at some point. So I'm very happy for you to drop your comments in when that time comes. You also vote Squid in. All right, let's start by jumping across to this. Look at that, very lovely. We'll throw a demo raft on there. Okay, let's see how my predictions lined up first and foremost. Green for getting it right, yellow for getting... green for getting it perfect, yellow for getting the result, and red for getting it wrong. So I got Nessie correct. No, that's firstly, straight up, that's an orange. It was 2-1. I put 2-0. 2-0, 2-0. That's a red. Green. Orange. And it was 2-1 here as well. Oh, that's on the good, really good start. Really good start. Okay. Let's put them on the right ones, eh? So I got 5 of the sets correct in terms of their overall winner. Quite happy with that. Now, from the top, a set that I did watch. So Nessie Spare Hands. Highlight rather than text color. That sounds like a good call. Like this. Boom. There we go. Keita, yes, we're going to get to your stuff as well, don't you worry. So we'll start from the top. Nessie Spare Hands. They had a 2-1. They played 3 pretty good games. So we had Golden Swamp, Pacific Islands, and crap, the last one escapes me. 4 Lakes, of course. Nessie's 4 Lakes. And the big thing from this one, so firstly, both these players, I think they're going to both go pretty good. My comment here was watch your Dockvilles. So, what we saw in 2 of the games, and it came 1 from each player, was Dockvilles getting sniped by the scout. I was particularly impressed with Spare Hands on Pacific Islands with the way you can transport your scout around, walled his own Dockville in on his home island, and at the same time landed Nessie's island and took out the Dockville, which was quite good. And then Nessie decides on 4 Lakes, you know what? 2 can play at this game, and in the crucial game 3, goes forward, finds the dock, and denies. Oh, you lost a Bourville at the same time. That is extremely unfortunate, and it's unfortunate to the point where we're gonna go see if I actually got that on. Actually recorded that one, because. So for those who don't know, I posted a highlights. I went through this set and put some highlights up of it. So, which was quite nice. Hopefully people enjoy it. And let's see what we've got. Let's go back here. So we can quickly see, so you can see the highlights. And I'm going to try and find the point where the Dockville goes down. It should be pretty early on. One of my earlier... Here it is. And also, what I liked here was the way that the transport ship was there to help out, which was quite good. And yeah, so you can see they're fighting away, and then the Ville eventually goes down, but does get the dock in, which was important. So that was quite nice for Nessie. Didn't have to add to the walking time. And if we look at the second game, or the third game, we get to see this quite nice payback. And I missed the fact that there's a loss at the same time, but you can see the Ville just go off to the left-hand side, and some quick walls are attempted. I'm zooming in here, as you can see. Like, I'm watching this back. I didn't think much of it. Ville goes down there, kill, and then there's another kill. There's another loss there. So I've completely missed it. Only at the end of the game, when I saw the kills losses didn't quite add up, was I like, hang on a minute. That's a bit awkward. But there you go. So that was that. And unfortunate, but you did make a game out of that game 3 as well. And that was the first. That was a good set, that one. Very, very happy with the way that started off. Metro and Buggy. Sadly here, my comment here was game drop. Sadly, I didn't get to see this set. I was out. Wednesday nights, not my night. But I just want to say thanks to both players for being extremely patient. They played about 40 minutes of a game, and then there was a drop, and they spent some time trying to restore, and they couldn't get the restore to work, and they did replay it. Feel bad that it's obviously happened, but they both did very well to push through and not complain and not feel like they were hard done by. Apparently the game was in a pretty even state at the time, which was, I guess, good. Both players probably thought they were going to win, so naturally neither one was going to concede. So, yeah, very, very good by both players. And Metro eventually got through. As you can see, Metro's in bold there. And that's because I back Metro in to win the whole of Div 3. And, yeah, started off with a win, which is quite nice. And, yeah, Buggy will be competing to get into that top 8. And if it does, you never know what can happen in best of 5. Now, the set, what I want to call the set of Div 3 for the week, definitely has to be Magoob and Keita. Well, wasn't this one fun? Didn't get to cast this one live at the time, but did get to see Keita's point of view for those who were watching. And they started game 1 on Splash Random. And sadly, I don't have a clip here, but the big point was we had a Wonder victory. Keita, game 1, Splash Random, drops a Wonder, defends so hard. Was it Byzantines as well? Was it Byzantines Lithuanians from memory? The two players can recall a bit better than I can. For some reason, Lithuanians is in my head as Magoob Civ. Yep. Byzantines are so hard to push, and yeah, that you could hear the excitement when Keita got that Wonder victory at the end. So good. Magoob then got the win back on, I think, Water Nomad. The excitement for getting a Wonder victory, absolutely amazing. Like, such a good... You don't see Wonder victories very often. You don't see standard win conditions very often. So the excitement when it actually went up and it stayed up, absolutely should be proud. That was so good. So good. Hopefully, yeah, may have to go back and look at the end of that. And, yeah, very, very good stuff to get that win. And, obviously, Magoob got the win on Water Nomad, but then Keita's done the job in the third game, which I forgot the map. I want to say Aquarena because it felt like Aquarena was everywhere. But I don't recall it off the top of my head. Yep, Aquarena. Sounds good. It wasn't Aquarena. I don't remember. What was game 3, Keita or Magoob. What was your home map? It was Aquarena. Lovely. As I said, Aquarena has been played so much this tournament. So there's that. Okay, next set. Finchy, Logan, Josh, and Finchy. This was played last night. Some comments hit the Discord, and it led me to have a bit of a look around very recently to see what the situation was. And first game was on migration, and it felt like it was a largely even game. I think when Finchy resigned, there was a window. There was a window of opportunity to come back. I do think Logan Josh was ahead. But oh boy, game 2. Also on Aquarena, by the way. Let me grab a little clip here. Not a clip, a couple of pictures for people to see. So, this is 30 minutes into the game. This is the situation we have in front of us. And Logan Josh has 31 Vils, nothing else, 3 Fates Arrears, fully surrounded, not escaped. Finchy. How did he escape? Finchy, he escaped. I'm sorry. He escaped. He should never have escaped. He did. He got out. You had all the map control. You had all the vills. 79 vills. All the ships. He's losing his dock. This is it. I know. He stayed up too late. I've got a second one. This is a little bit later on. And we can see there's a castle in the middle. There's still plenty of ships. It's still only 31 mils. But the docks got up. Some towers got down. And there's an escape route all of a sudden. Still, there's elite cannon galleons on the field. We should still be able to push this back. There's now 4 Faterias in. And eventually, Logan Josh finds a way to win this game. Finchy eventually got completely raided very hard by a bunch of Cavalier. And despite the score lead by 4,000 points, by the way, 4,000 score lead, called the GG. Now, to be fair, you do see big score leads as the games go late. You do see GGs with a score lead. It is a thing. But yes, very good. Very good from Logan Josh to persevere, play through it. I do have a challenge for both of you, though, in your future game, given I just watched this set, so I do have some things. And this kind of goes to everyone in Div 3, but I know that these two did it. So I'm going to put the challenge out there. As, you know, we want to get better at water maps as a group, as a community. The challenge is, on migration, no mill, no farms. You have to hit feudal age before you drop a mill and go take those berries. It's your 6 sheep, your 4 deer and fishing ships. I want to see if you guys can put some work into definitely not a farm. I did see a farm from one of these two players. I won't name them, but it is one of these two. And both went to the mill. I'll understand once the food runs out, but I want to see the fish. I want to see the focus on. I want to see the focus. You can go to the mill as you've clicked up. Okay, I'll be a bit kinder there. As you're about to click up, maybe you're a bit of food short, you go to the mill. But I want to see the focus on the fishing ship eco more than a mill and especially farms. We definitely don't need farms. So that's my goal for everyone here. If you do play migration, see if you can put some time into learning how to click up without... I mean, ideally, you can do it without needing a mill. But if you can do it with, at very least, definitely no farms, but definitely don't go to the mill too early. Get some fishing ships out. There's a lot of fish there, and it takes a while for those ships to come from the other side of the map to come get you. So you should get good value for your first few fish. So definitely put some time into making those. How do you do it no mill? I guess you'll have to... I mean, Ozdraft is the best place to look, and you can see how flanks on migration do no mill. Dark Age. No mill, Dark Age. And you can do a lot of fishing ships if you're going for a fast castle. If you're going for an FC, then you need the mill event. You have to go the mill, right? You kind of need to build the mill to get the market. But just in terms of using, it's like the over-reliance. I don't want Div 3 to be over-relying on berries. You could go barracks. You could go barracks stable if you want to. But yeah, the over-reliance on berries in Dark Age, I want to see a bit less of it on that map. But yes, that was that one. We're getting on. We're talking specifics for a bit there. Both those players did well. Hopefully, well, Finchy's already played his second set. Played that today, but no spoilers on that. I'll leave the predictions for tomorrow. Pleco Kilbenji. This was a... Oh, that's, yeah, my resigning comment. Aussie Ascension payback for Pleco. Did a bit better on both maps in this set. I think they played Migration as well, and I forgot what the other one was. It Copenhagen potentially from Kilbenji was the home map, but Pleco did a very good job. Pleco will be right up there in Div 3. Probably, I know Metro's hit 1500. I think Migration was game 1 from these two. Metro's hit 1500. I know Pleco's around that 1400 mark, so definitely in the 1400 mark, but definitely aspires to be a 1500 as well. So we'll want to put some good performances in here. And yeah, did the job against Kilbenji, which was quite nice for Pleco to get underway with a win. Now, Quite Professional and Squid. Squid, I'm going to need your input here. I didn't see it. I heard it was a 2-1. I heard that you said you didn't play too well in games 2 and 3. A little bit out of practice, but you did get a win to start us off. So, what was your win on? What were the next 2 games? Well, there was a Water Nomad in there, I believe. But, yeah, very, very nice. From Quite Professional, who did beat Razor in Sudden Death the other week. Gonna have to keep mentioning it. Beat Razor. 2300, 2200. So yes, win on Aquarina. Very nice. Very nice starts. Did you enjoy Aquarina? Through on Splash Random, went to Stone. Oh no. That's disappointing. It happens. It happens. It's just the way of the tournament sometimes. Still Dark Age, yeah. It's annoying. It's very annoying. I've definitely done it myself where you think you've clicked up, you do some things, you look back at your res and you go, "Oh, I'm just short of being able to click up again." And then you realize you never clicked up in the first place and you just spent a bunch of res. So it happens. Did you land any demo? I saw you. There was a little demo that was put in, but yeah, no good ones. Well, at the moment, I don't think anyone had any better ones. So yeah, unless there were better demos from Div 3, if you did have some demos, do put them in. Do nominate them if you can remember your sets from week 1. But otherwise, that was Div 3. 6 games down. Anyone got a preference for the next division that we go to? Div 4, Div 4. Div 2. You gotta remember, yeah, so we didn't start, we do have a Div 4 this week. Did anyone here not see the Div 4 set? There is so much stuff to talk about with this set. It was a blast. In more ways than one. It was an absolute blast. So I said I couldn't split these two. In the end, we went to game 5. It was incredible. I'm just going to go grab the set again, because this one is on YouTube. I will load that one up because it's just so much fun. These two had so much fun We're going to go through this one by one. All right. So firstly, yeah, the taunts off the charts. They started on migration. Nice demo. To be honest, migration was not the peak map. Game 2, they've headed to Water Nomad, JJ's home map, and he has just made demos. The whole thing. Oh yeah, we don't worry about what civs they were, guys. That's not. Look, they had some fun. There would have been reasons behind Cumans. Not reasons that I would pick, but it's all good. They had a blast. Cumans, both players, it was actually really even. All 5 games were really good. They did draft civs, and they did draft civs for reasons. And they know the reasons that they like more than others. This map is this map or Water Nomad? Water Nomad's only demos, Slaters. I wonder why we say that. So we had some good clips in here, and I'm going to try and find the point where... Yeah, okay, I think it's about here. So there's some good fun going on. Demos, so many demos are in queue. So Park Tim's got turtle ships forward. Also playing Koreans on Water Nomad. Just couldn't make demos. Okay, so here we go. We're going to watch. I'm going to move my mouse away. You're going to see my mouse from when I was playing. When I was casting it. Look at the demos that these guys have brought forward. So JJ is seen the castle and is going, I'm going to demo this down. Absolute cinema. And we're sitting there going, oh, is it going to be enough? I hope it's enough. 19 demos. Is that enough? Firstly, absolute super smart. Was this deliberate, JJ, to bring the fishing ship in? Because the fishing ship stole the arrow fire. So the 19 demos, 18 of them hit. And it fell just short. 255 HP. So close. That one demo that died before it hit. Oh, that would have done it. So close. But anyway, that game continued on with just more demos, and eventually Park Tim had to bail. Couldn't do it. Lost. There wasn't a lot of eco going around by the end of this. And Turtles went down. I think a few more demos land here on the Turtles. And I think the game was called after these hits. Some very... No, look at the Turtles just get destroyed. At which point the GG's called. But, Game 3. Oh my. Okay. We're sitting here, we're watching Game 3. And we're like... Why is Park Tim picked Tatars? These was the first pick. So, it's sudden death. Park Tim's gone Tatars. JJ's got Persians. Double HP on the town centre. Sure enough, what can you do with Tatars that you can't do with any other civ? We're going to get there. What do you reckon is in the Siege Workshop, guys? What's in the Siege Workshop? This was hilarious. We're doing maths the whole way here. Never seen this. Never seen this. JJ's got no idea that he's going to have flaming camels come for his TC. And Park Tim's in. Like, he was in. He's seen it. He's called it early. And does it take... Are 22 flaming camels enough to take down a Persian TC? The answer's no. Not even close. Still had 800 HP left. And then very soon after, you see a comment that says, what happened to the TC? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But then, we weren't done there because the game ended with an 18 range Treb from the Tatars. The extra range, the Civ bonus, the unique tech. +2 range. Those walls look like they're about 16 away. +2 range suddenly came in pretty handy. And that took down the TC eventually. Just needed to get a few more repairs in. Couldn't quite do it. And that was the game. Gentleman's agreement, by the way, when it came to this, because they didn't get the sudden death up. But yes, so good. And that made it 2-1 for Park Tim. Game 4 was not as exciting. Oh, there was a little thing that just was mentioned there. Park Tim has gone the full Viper fish boom in the back. Not something that's in the spirit of this map. So I do ask that you don't do it. We're looking into making sure this doesn't occur. So we don't want to see that. We don't want back ponds like this. But anyway, this was more of a fun thing. So yes, Park Tim got the back pond, but couldn't do much in the end. The longboats were too strong, and JJ forced the game 5. And game 5 was brilliant. Game 5 was brilliant for more ways than one. It was splash random. Remember, I called this would be a 50-50. I said they're going to get splash random, and they're not going to be able to kill each other. Sure enough, what do they start with? We're watching this game. We watch it load up, and the first thing we see is, oh my god, look at the villagers. Look at the villagers. Look at this. They had a king. And the king called himself, is called Regicide Game. In other words, splash random can be regicide. We believed that this was the case. We never had the proof that this was the case. Now we have the proof that when you start with a king that is, when it says regicide game on the king, then you are playing regicide on splash random. With the correct settings, you'll still be playing Wonder Relics as well. But when you play otherwise, you throw a king in, regicide game, kill the king, you win. And unfortunately for JJ, they lost. There were just castles everywhere. Portuguese castles went up everywhere. And the king went down. The king was running, but I think he just had to gather points somewhere. And unfortunately for the king, it just stayed there and it went down. And that was the end of the game. So that was Div 4. What a set that was. What a show match that was between the two of them. Park Tim's got the win. Park Tim now gets to decide on sails and a colour when it comes to a demo raft. I know there were some comments at the time. I don't know if you're any closer to confirming what was mentioned. Whether it's going to be the yellow Khmer that tormented you on Water Nomad, or whether you want to go something else that's more to your taste. Park Tim, you don't have to decide now. You've got plenty of time. How much is it to send to Korea? We'll find that one out. Park Tim won Noz channel points. So there you go. That was also quite nice for Noz. That was Division 4 best set. If you want to watch it in full, watch it with the Trump taunts. It's on YouTube. Go have some fun with it. Really, really thanks to both of those players for the entertainment. Like, absolutely brilliant from the two of them. Get around them both. They both did very well. So, very, very happy with what they did. Which was great. Alright, so we'll work our way up. We'll go to Div 2. Oh, there's my comments there already. Okay, so you can see the ones I have seen and the ones I haven't. We'll go and grab Div 2. throw that one in there. Let's have a look at... Oh, you can't see anything. That would be true. You can't see anything. That's a bit better. Division 2. I could have actually hidden my comments. Okay, how did I go? How did my predictions go? I predicted that Blue would get a game off Saws. Was not to be. We'll talk more about that soon. Braids Pancho hasn't been played yet. Zach Attack did get a 2-0. Cha-Cha did not get up over Ace. Prawn did get up over Ammo. Yeti got up over Jeremy. Matthew got up over Slaters. And I picked the 2-1. The Jake did not beat Thrillo. And TDI got the win, but lost a game. And we got waiting on one. Braids, who is my tournament pick. So there's a few sets here that I haven't seen. Actually, I saw some of them briefly. I need to get some more comments out on them. We'll start at the top. Number 1 seed, Saws, against Blue. And my comment here, Blue's just out of luck. This was unfortunate. It's hard enough when you're coming up against the top seed. It's even harder when the little things don't go your way. So, I can't remember. Something didn't go Blue's way in game 1. But the Nomad game in game 2, Blue's gone to take a boar that was Saws. Saws was meant to get a boar. It was closer to him. Blues had to like circle around his base to go get it. And hits it once, it doesn't follow. Hits it twice, it still doesn't follow. Goes back, gets it, eventually gets it. But by the time he gets it, Saws is like onto the fact that he's taking the boar and trying to turn the corner around a wood line. And then it gets de-aggroed, and then it starts going back one way, back the other way, and eventually Saws gets the boar, and it's just like, far out, like that's so frustrating. When you're 1-0 down, you're trying to get back, it's just bad luck at the end of the day. But it didn't end there for Blue. Blue was Spanish. They ended up TCing pretty much on top of each other, and Blue didn't really have safe stone. And unfortunately, the stone that he was closest to, he didn't go to because there were archers on the field. But then the archers were also just not there, covering the stone. So he could have gone to the stone, but you can't do that if you're not, like, he was right not to do it. Me, the one that would be happy to throw away 10 bills, probably would have gone to the stone and fluked it and gotten away with it. But Blues probably made the right call to not leave his TC because there were like a bunch of archers with fletching around. Had massive timing on Castle Age, but never got the castle, and then Saws eventually worked back into it on land, and just really unfortunate. I've got 2-1 as my prediction, and I don't feel too bad about it. I think Blue really, really deserve one, and I think everyone above has to worry because Blue is a very good player and is going to work their way up, and I reckon work their way into the top 8. Yes, Keita, sorry, I didn't back you. I did back Magoo. He beat Prawn. Prawn's here. Prawn's there in like one of the top seeds in Div 2, and he beat him in a show match. I'm thinking, oh, this guy is pretty good. Forgot to think about how you've got all the water map experience. You're the only one that's got ranked ladder water map experience with like a lot of games. You got so many games on water maps. So, yeah, definitely one to worry about in Div 3. You got the win to start with, so it's exactly what you want. And you can work your way up from there. But yes, just out of luck. Now, next set, Zack Attack and Hexy. This was... I think both players played well here. I did cast this one. It is also on YouTube as well. I need to add that because I only uploaded it today. I've also, with these are largely just the casts, but I have tried to cut the crap at the start and the end, so we just kind of roll through it without too much dead time. If you do want to go back and watch them. So yeah, Zach Attack, it looks like both players did well, but Zach just did everything slightly better, and then that resulted in a 2-0. One game was Migration, the other one escapes me at the moment. But that was good from Zach. Saw a comment earlier, Ace with the upset of the week. Yes, I did not see this one coming. So unfortunately, Char goes down, my Ozdraft captain. Did back her in. It was a good 2-1 set. Close game on Aquarina for a bit. Busy making a Byzantine Wonder. Jeez. Making a Byzantine Wonder. Hang on a minute. We're going to need a sidebar here. AoE Wiki. I'm just going to quickly have a look. Oh, God. How do you even... I guess the first question is the Hagia Sophia. Okay. Nah. I can't seem to locate it on there. Let's try Google. Sorry for the dead time. We're talking about... Oh, come on. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. The Hagia Kita. I like it. There's a little photo of that. Right there. Is that right? I think that's right. Ah, thank you, Rapunzel, for that. Let's do this instead. That looks a little bit nicer. There's a little bit of a comparison there. Oh my God, I can't even make the tab a little bit smaller. Look at that. Absolutely awful. There we go. So that was the Byzantine Wonder that was made. And there's its real-life counterpart. Hagia Sophia is where in the world? So real-life buildings, remember. Most of these are real-life building. Istanbul. Nice. Very nice. So if you ever go to Istanbul, Kita, in Turkey, there you go. You can go find it. Take a photo with it. And go into it. Very nice. Very, very nice stuff. I plan for more wonders. Well, you're going to have to pick different civs now for the other ones. Get some more good wonders out there. Oh, geez, I realise it's 8 o'clock and they're going to be playing a set soon. Thankfully, there's not too many more games to get through here. So I missed kind of half watching this, half not watching it. So yeah, I don't have too much to say. I think this was cast by Donut, so the VOD should be up for a little bit longer, which was nice. Prawn and Ammo. Did anyone get to see this one? Sadly, I didn't. Didn't get to see a lot of it. I do recall Ammo saying he's about 1100 elo when it comes to water maps, so that made my prediction easy. Here. We can circle back to that if someone's got some comments on it. This set I did watch. This was chaos, guys. Four Lakes. Oh, man. That was... The Four Lakes set was just painful. The match was painful to watch. So Jeremy's tried to go two-range archers with Saracens. Yeti's trying to make as little army as possible to get to Castle Age. And then like siege push with Byzantines. And the archers could have done more, but they did. I have higher standards on these two compared to, say, to others. And then it just got to an absolutely chaotic stage where Jeremy just kept making archers. And Yeti just kept running into the archers. And eventually Jeremy's TC went down, and his TC dropped Yeti's home base. And that wasn't really a smart play. I don't know. It was just a bit of chaos. The set's there if you want to watch it. All power to you. Not your standard Four Lakes game. Very crazy. Next, Matthew and Slaters. Looking at this, I'm going to say that this was... Oh, actually, I've been told about this set. I've seen parts of it. It's between these two for the set of the week in Div 2. I think. There's obviously some two other 2-1s in here as well. Probably still is the TDI Chipmunk set, just because what I'm going to say here, there was probably the match of the week. The match of the week came in this set. Matthew and Slaters. So Matthew's first game was on Splash Random, I think. Or was it Aquarena? I've forgotten which one. There was a Splash Random game in there where they started with like Cavalry Raiders, but it was a little bit like a Passage Light kind of thing. Both players separated by a fair bit of water. There was a crossing. Matthew did very well. A little bit better getting up to Castle Age. Slaters didn't really have an answer. Then they went to Water Nomad. And oh boy, Water Nomad had a moment. Water Nomad had a serious moment. And that was clipped. So I'm just going to go grab what that moment was. Because it was amazing. I just, there's no other way to put it. It was absolutely amazing. If I go and grab clips on my own channel. Double demo. That looks like the one. I'll hit pause, bring that one over. When I go full screen. Sorry, Matthew. In advance. Yep. So, match situation. 36 Vils, 32. Couple of fish. Matthew's doing pretty well on water. 39 galleys to 24. Well ahead. Enter. Actually, we'll just go back to the start here. A couple of galleys came here, got killed off, and as you can see, the mass then ended up down this way towards Slater's main mass of galleys. And essentially, this was the opportunity that Slater's had to send in a demo onto a woodline. Goodbye. 9 Vils down. But he wasn't done there. They're fighting. Wasn't done there. Second one's come in. I thought it was going to go for the gold. No. Found a better target. The woodline. Bang. Suddenly, it's 20 Vils. It was 36, 35 to 32. Suddenly Matthew's got 20. Game flipped on that. That 20 became, was it 4, I think, when Matthew resigned? I think it became 4 at the end. The eco just kept going down and down and down. But yeah, 2 amazing demos. Really, really good job by Slaters there. And yeah, but then Matthew did the job in game 3 and got the 2-1 win. Again, from memory, it was another map which allowed for the galley micro to be on show. And the execution, very strong execution. I didn't get to see DeJake against Thrillo, sadly. Copenhagen. That's right, it was Copenhagen. So yes, still the galley micro was on show. Slater's had a bit of a go there. Yes, I recall now. Over-invested in water, but yes. And then the just too much eco in the end. Boomed a bit better and was too strong. Anyone get to see this set? Sadly, I did not. I know that Jake streamed his point of view. I'll look to try and make sure I can cast, or just in general, that those that I didn't cast this week, or those that were not cast this week, sorry, these 2 and these 2, and I think these 2 as well. Try to make sure that they get a bit of priority this week, which will be good. Make sure everyone gets to see. Everyone gets a little bit of a platform. 2-3 games each will be good. Yes, and how did he go? How did Jake go? I think I was surprised by this one, so don't know much about Thrillo. May need to have a bit more of a look and see if they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this division. It'll be good. And the last set was TDI against Chipmunk. Game 1, passage, douche. Douche after douche. And it just kept going. Was it Persians as well? TDI? You just kept going. And then eventually you douched nothing. You douched a woodline where there was no TC. Because why not? You stayed in Dark Age. Kept going. Just kept going. And eventually realised that Chipmunk had kind of gotten away from you. And was in Castle Age. So, I mean, it was worth a try. Next 2 games you won. And there's a little comment here. 10 range demos. I don't have the clip. However, spirit of the game. If you're going to be hit by a demo, please don't delete your units in advance. Thankfully, the demo hit just before the units were deleted. So, demo went onto a woodline. Please note, it does ruin a little bit of the theatre about the demo. TDI killed 9 vills, but then another 14 were deleted. So, and that's why I said 10 range demos, because pretty much it's the same timing where a bunch of vills died like 10 tiles away. It's like, how did they go down? And it was the GG as well, right? It was right at the end. So it was a nice demo on Aquarena as well. So on the shoreline, not on a demo map. And seemingly did a very good job to lure some vills to the shoreline. And yeah, because it was just after the demo hit, we did get the stats on how many vills went down and the full damage output. But yeah, I think if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna get hit by a demo, allow it to happen. Theater of the game and all, and in the spirit of the game, and it just gives you some, a little bit of motivation to try and land your own demo as well. So, yes. Yeah, TDI hacking with the demos. But yes, well done, TDI. It was a good demo hit. Well done. Now, I'm going to hit... let's see. I don't know when my Twitch is going to be like... Oh, no, there was ads already. Okay. It already ran an ad. I was hoping that it wouldn't, and I could do it right now. We're going to go... do we have a clip somewhere? We'll find the clip. I mean, we'll have the clip tomorrow. Don't worry. So we'll do the demos tomorrow, and we'll have all the demo hits then. So if you need to nominate yourself or someone else that you saw, feel free to. You got till tomorrow. I'll go through and grab them, save the clips, and give us something to look at before we do the predictions. Now, I know there's been 2 sets already. Yes. Yeti. Oh, the red, yellow, green was just my predictions and how correct I was. So, I predicted 2-0 for your set, which I got correct. And then the 2-0 I predicted ended up being a 2-1. And the other way here, the 2-1 I predicted was a 2-0. So, welcome along as well. Notice first time chat, Yeti. Very nice to have you here. And yes, this last set is being played right about now. So we're going to get into it once we do Division 1. Which has only got 4 games. And I didn't get to see that much of the set, to be honest. I didn't see that much. So, yeah. There's the results. And there's my predictions. So, we got orange, green, red, and orange. Who wants to talk? Actually, I did see Noz and Tullen play. So, they played a Woo Mirror on Pacific Islands, which Noz got up on. Then we saw Tullen with Vikings. Vikings on Aquarina, by the way. Seen that a bit. I think it's going to be quite common. FC Longboats. A lot of people are trying it. Aquarina, very nice map. Doesn't really have a meta yet. Is that about to be the meta? Maybe. Maybe. FC Longboats. So keep an eye out on that. If you do see some Vikings picks, or for you or against you or bans, that may be why. And also maybe start thinking about what can counter longboats, because I don't know if there's a lot out there that can. Those things do seem quite strong. Soxy and Kados, now they played Golden Swamp. I was expecting more water play, and it didn't quite happen on that map. I have such high hopes that Golden Swamp is going to provide us with the demo hit of the tournament. That's my hope. Golden Swamp is going to provide us the just of all divisions, it's going to provide us the #1 demo hit this tournament. Because someone is going to walk across the map unknowingly with a bunch of land army, likely archers. They're not going to think. They're just going to be in the game. They're going to go, oh, I won water, or oh, yeah, I've got enough galleys around, and someone's just going to send a demo or 2 and blow them up. There is a tournament-wide prediction. It may not even happen in the Swiss stage. It may happen in finals. We're praying for Splash Random to get Wonders, defend the Wonder, or just Wonder built on a shoreline. Or if you get like the Shallows, the Water Nomad terrain. I don't know what the terrain is, but because it's not Shallows, is it Mangroves? I don't know what it actually is called that you can build on as well as use the water on. Bog. If we get that, yes, you could see a Wonder on Splash Random, and you could see it get demoed. That's what we're looking for. But I'm going to go with Golden Swamp. Eventually, we're going to see enough Golden Swamp games, and it's going to be big enough. So, yes. Timber was foxing. So, Timber said he's got to brush up on his water builds. He's bowed on water, blah, blah, blah. So, I was like, oh, maybe Kiwi's got a chance here. Nope. Timber just too good. And the last set here Squid and Buggy are playing their set in secret. What? Wow, that's rude. And Robo Bananasaurus put an apology in the chat saying you played badly. You don't have to apologize. It's all good. Robo's locked in, by the way. I can't remember if I said it ahead of week 1, but Noz, Timber, and Robo got to see the Elite Cannon Galleon, which I just realized I never switched over to. They got to see the Elite Cannon Galleon in person, and Robo did not want to touch it. Robo was like, nah, not getting my hands on this. Save it for when I win. So he is locked in. This guy wants it. So keep an eye out on what Robo can provide over the next few weeks. He's going to have Sockseed coming up this week. So that'll be a set to watch for sure. We will all be waiting in anticipation for when that gets scheduled. And yes, so we've already seen a set that's been played. This set's already been played. I'm not going to reveal what the result was. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But that ends the recap. We got to see a few highlights there. How long did that take? An hour? Not too bad. Got through that in an hour, and we went through all of Div 4 as well. So hopefully next week get to put in a few more little highlights. Will be good. I like the idea of not just having the spreadsheets up and we can, mix and match between the two. I do also like that we can go recap on one night, predictions the next night, call them separate. So that will end the recap for week 1.